It's Friday afternoon, and I'm as exhausted as Murray Niebling was at Brisbane on Wednesday night. Why are people so fixated on models rather than other forms of information? I feel here in Australia that the people that are authoring information requirements on projects come from experiences and background where they've been the ones that are responsible for delivering the documentation on projects. They've been experienced in creating the models. They have experience in delivering documentation. So they think that that is where the crux of all the information is required for an asset owner. The models and the documentation are really valuable for the contractor, but there's a lot of other information that's needed to actually successfully hand over a project to the asset owner that I think a lot of people are forgetting about. Now, maybe the challenge is that that people that are authoring these information requirements are big fans of Revistu or something, because I know how big a fan the Revistu team are of these BIM Rants, and they told me this also at Brisbane on Wednesday night. But the angle that I'm coming from is because throughout my whole career, my role as an architect has been one as a managing consultant. It's also kind of been as a project manager of sorts, where not only have I been responsible for the delivery of documentation, but also in the authoring of the specification. Now, when you author a specification, you understand hold points, you understand certificates and other warranties that need to be provided by the contractor or subcontractors during the construction phase to hand over to the client. Now, when you see all of this information and how it is handed over at the end of a project in these lovely A4 folders or our modern digital folders of PDFs, you realize quite quickly that these things aren't really well structured and of benefit, but that information has a far greater value on it to an asset owner than any model ever will have to them. Now, this is for most clients. Yes, there are a number of clients that this is actually really important to, but what I'd like to suggest is that people that are authoring these information requirements or those acting in the role from the client's perspective, actually saying what they need, take a step back and think about all of that other information that you actually need today, that you're actually utilizing today on your projects that actually get handed over. Imagine that information was handed over in a more structured format, which then enabled you to identify or find that information easier throughout the actual kind of operational phase of your asset. So if you're struggling at the moment with this on your project and you'd like some assistance, feel free to reach out and I can help you on your journey to digitizing your current analog ways and shifting away from wasting money on excessive modeling that actually won't drive you any benefit as an asset owner. But as much as this is a rant from my perspective about challenges within the industry, for those that are interested in continuing the debate, I've really been enjoying the conversations we've been having on LinkedIn and on YouTube, but also in the conversations as I come around and we're attending events around the countryside like we did recently with Brisbane. So until next week, see you for my next BIM rant.